それは、あなたが好きだから。
Top 10 Anime Where Popular Girl Falls in Love with an Unpopular Guy, Part 2. Welcome to Anime Town. Today, we'll be talking about the top 10 anime where popular girls fall in love with an unpopular guy, Part 2. As always, the top 3 are all much recommended anime. Now make sure you have pushed that like and subscribe button. Well then, shall we begin? The first one on our list is...
一気に触ってこいやー！保健の先生呼んでくる
Number 10, Yamada's first time B Gata HK.
そんな生殺し。
Both the students and Yamada herself consider her to be a beautiful and apparently perfect young girl. Be that as it may, this young girl also has somewhat odd yet compelling goals. She wants to get laid with 100 different men by the time they graduate high school. Fortunately, she has a reliable best friend who points out how nonsensical her goal is, especially considering how she is completely inexperienced with men. Now, of course, Yamada takes her best friend's words into consideration, and then she decides that she is self-conscious about her chest and lacks first-hand experience. Her first time should be with a fellow virgin. And just like that, this cunning lady sets her sights on the shy, yet average-looking boy named Takashi Koda.
いや、行け、私。そして明日は赤飯だ。また失敗。
Number 9, Princess Lover. A boy named Teppei Arima loses his parents in a traffic accident and ends up getting taken in by his stupidly rich grandfather. He has an almost ridiculous amount of money, and with that, he introduces his grandson to the high-class lifestyle. He gets enrolled at a prestigious academy, gets to experience things he never did before, and he also gets engaged to a charming young lady. And so it begins, the astonishing lavishness of his new life and the relationship that are about to develop.
自分のためではなく、大切な人のために頑張った優しい上六。
Number 8. Oresuki, are you the only one who loves me?
少しだけ恥ずかしかったわ。
This anime is a tragic life story of a bench. No, seriously, watch the first episode or two and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. As for the secondary plot, we have a completely average boy named Kisaragi who somehow ends up with 2 different dates over the weekend. One of them is his charming and cheerful childhood friend named Himawari, and the other is the student council president herself. Her name is Sakura. Both of them are popular beauties, and the idea that someone like Kisaragi ended up with a date with both of them and over the same weekend is something that further intrigues one's curiosity.
本当に面白くなるのは。ここからよ。私と付き合っていただけませんか？
Number 7, Haruka no Gizaka's Secret.
それってもしかしてデート？
There is an exceedingly prestigious high school academy, and the most popular girls at this academy is the well-reputed and beautiful young lady named Haruka no Gizaka. Not only that, she also comes from a loaded family and is literally treated as an idol by other students. This brings us to the main character. He is the average guy named Yuto Ayase who is privileged enough to be born in the same year as her and miraculously ended up in the same class as this uncrowned queen of the school. He spends his days admiring her from a distance until one day, while he is in the library, he comes across Haruka's darkest secret. Now, what kind of a relationship will begin?
大丈夫ですから、このままで。
これでいかなきゃ男じゃない。
ね
Number 6. My first girlfriend is a gal.
え、あんた鼻毛出てるよ。
The main character named Junichi is the average high school teenager. He lacks confidence, has a bunch of insecurities. He also lets his friends get to him. He is the classic example of a beta male. However, one day when he desperately tries to beg a beautiful girl named Yukana Yame to be his girlfriend, she is quite disgusted considering how the man literally begged her to be his girlfriend. But as ridiculous as it may seem, she also says yes. And so, now that Junichi has scored a girlfriend, how will his life change? Or will there even be a change at all? Either way, a lot of drama is about to follow this seemingly odd yet desperate confession.
口を口移し。
口移し。
あなたが好きだから。もうあなたにメロメロなの。あなたにエロエロなの。
Number 5. Oreshura.
もうここにはいられないわ。お願い、どこかに連れてって。
The protagonist named Ita had a rough past. His parents never really loved each other, and considering how his family eventually ended up, he kind of became a bit of a skeptical of love. Now, as a high school student, his interests don't align with those of his fellow high schoolers. He doesn't seek romance, and he isn't the least bit interested in love either. All he wants to do is study hard so that he can one day achieve his dreams of becoming a respectable doctor. On the other hand, there is a girl named Natsukawa who is the most loved girl in the entire vicinity. However, she has become kind of tired of all these people treating her with affection and asking her out all day, every day. She realizes that Ita isn't interested in relationships, so she asks him if he can pretend to be her boyfriend, to which of course Ita declines. However, can he really refuse when Natsukawa somehow managed to get her hands on the guy's embarrassing journal, and if he doesn't go along with what she said, she'll spill the beans on him and embarrass him to death.
恋愛なんてこの世から消えてしまえばいいんだ。したい人はどうぞご勝手に。でも私はごめんだわ。やった。
Number 4. Hatsukoi Limited. Now guys, this isn't your usual romance anime, but if you are a fan of this genre, you would definitely check it out. Unlike other romance animes which focus on building a romantic relationship between the two main leads, this one focuses on a bunch of little stories of a number of different individuals, with each episode centering around a different main character. However, the developments made in the previous episodes don't disappear either. Just one step at a time, slowly all of these different characters find themselves falling in love.
そのチョコ待ったー。爆弾チョコセイバイ。
Alright guys, time for the top 3 picks. These should be in your priority list.
言わなくていい。
ミヤあら。
なんだ君は。会長。
Number 3. Horimiya. Horimiya is currently the most prominent romance comedy anime of 2021, and for very good reasons. The core concept centers around the idea of not judging people by their outward appearance, as reality can most often be different from our superficial representations of other people. The main heroine is a girl named Hori. She is a beautiful and slender young lady who has plenty of admirers, while the main character is the mundane and boring looking guy named Miyamura. His classmates consider him an otaku who has no life, even though it really isn't the case. They just don't know any better. Now, what would a romantic relationship between these two misunderstood fellows look like?
二度とそういうこと言うんじゃないわよ。
ごめん、堀さん、ごめん。
思い出しただけでも腹立たしい。もう逃げたりしないで。私の手が声が届かないところには行かないで。ずっと私のところにいて。
Number 2. Golden Time.
私は多田くんが好き。
While most anime usually use high school as their main setting, Golden Time takes place in a college where the main characters are all mature college students, or at least that's what they're supposed to be. The main character, named Tada Banri, lost pretty much all of his memories because of an accident and then decided to move to Tokyo. Here, he makes a friend and then they quickly encounter his new friend's beautiful fiancée. There is plenty of drama, and as it turns out, his friend isn't really interested in marrying his supposed fiancée. Now, which direction will this story take, and how many hearts shall it break?
I love you.
やってられんかよこんにゃ
月
え、月？ほんと、月きれい。
Number 1. Tsuki ga kirei.
月あって
This 12-episode long anime is a beautiful and endearing love story of two adolescents who met by chance but stay by choice. The story takes place at the start of a new year of junior high school. There is a young boy named Kotaru Azami who aspires to be a writer, and a popular young girl named Akane Mizuno who actively participates in the track club. Both of them end up in the same class. They were both complete strangers before that point, but after a few random encounters, they began to develop feelings for each other, and their innocent hearts intertwined. The hardship that lie ahead of them and the uncertainty that follows, what is it that lies at the end of the road for both of them, and how would they follow through with it all? So there you go, guys. These were the top 10 animes where popular girl falls in love with unpopular guy part 2. Press that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and leave a comment saying I subscribed and I will personally reply to your comment. Now, since this video is part 2 of another video with the same topic, you can also check that one out if the anime mentioned in this video doesn't suffice. The link will be down in the description box below. Also, if you want to add something to this list, go wild in the comments section. Well then, I'll see you guys on my next video.